I was in the Marine Corps for 8.5 years and deployed 8 times.
I have 2 sons. They both grew up to be Marines. You know, they grew up as a military family and they were comfortable in that world.
I went with 2nd Battalion, 4th Marines, known as the Magnificent Bastards. We ended up in something that would be known later on as the Battle of Ramadi. We lost the most amount of men for any unit that that's ever served since the '01 kickoff. When I got out, I kind of hit rock bottom. I had gone to University of Maryland and I was double majoring in Arabic and Russian. I figured I'd phone those languages in because I already started learning them, and I was like, we're good. We'll just get through college real quick. And about year 2, everything started going sideways. And I felt like a fish out of water and that I didn't really have a support network. Even though I had friends and family around, I just didn't feel connected to them. And I found the bars. And instead of talking about what I had experienced, 8 different combat tours, I started drinking through those problems. So there's the problem, right? There's 2 DUIs almost a year apart from one another, and then followed in short order by a suicide attempt. Marines who were in the Battle of Ramadi were known as the Magnificent Bastards. And that's really where Bastards Road comes from.
Going the extra mile, or should we say extra few hundred miles of that, is walking across the country.
A Maryland man has been walking across the country since September 11th of last year. While his journey may be physically painful, the ultimate goal is healing.
And so John Hancock walks, hoping to leave his own signature on the hearts and minds of those he encounters.
I thought I'd never see him again. This is a guy that walked across the country with 0 support. He had no car following him. He had very little money in his pocket. I thought that I would get a phone call from some sheriff in Colorado in some county I'd never heard of. You know, Mr. Hancock, I have some real bad news for you.
Most people, they look at PTSD and they see weakness. It's a survival mechanism. It's what the situations that we were in over there demanded us to behave in a different way.
No one else knows what we went through but them.
Jonathan's story is really a story of redemption. I mean, he got better. He met a beautiful girl.
When John and I first started dating, there was a lot of concern and stigma around him being a combat veteran. And what they do know about veterans and combat veterans, they learn from Hollywood, from TV shows.
When Tiffany brought John, this vet, to dinner, we soon learned he was enrolled at the Thunderbird School of Global Management. He was fluent in Russian, he was fluent in Arabic. But when you look at that story of how hard that must have been for him to do it and how long it was to go through that, you really get who this guy is.
If we're really going to start helping veterans and helping the ones that go into the fight, we have to show them, and if I have to do it by example, then I will. But we have to show them that it's acceptable, and not only acceptable, but it's needed for you to start opening up about your feelings and about what you're experiencing when you come home. If we allow the media to do it, they're going to get it wrong, and then it's going to make us more upset. If we allow Hollywood to do it, they're going to get it wrong, and then we're just going to get more upset. It's easier for us to build our own narrative and share it with the world, and so I wanted to take that step to help do that.